Yo, what's going on, guys? What's Melon back here again, and today we've got an exciting video. I'm gonna first show off some of my recent pickups. Only have a couple because I'm gonna be moving soon, but hopefully I'll pick some more stuff up, as soon as I've moved. But today I just wanted to show you these pickups. I wanted to show you also all the graded cards that I have left. I've been kind of selling a lot of them off over the span of the past, year and a half or so. But I generally wanted to talk about how exciting it is to be an actual collector right now. So this, first I'll show off some of these recent pickups. So this is a Euro print BLS Soldier of Chaos. Beautiful, beautiful card. Sorry about the glare, but you can see the foiling is incredible on this one. And I only picked this up, I picked this up recently for only $25 or so. And so you can see the difference between the sort of North American print where the foil is much flatter. I don't know how well you can see that versus the European print where it's much more textured in the background. Regardless, both of these were under $30. And to me, that was, inconceivable how incredible this card looks. I know it has an original print secret. It has the Ghost from the Past 1 Ghost Rare. I think it also has like a Millennium Secret Rare now, but for me, this is just one of the staples of modern Yu-Gi-Oh collecting is BLS Soldier of Chaos. And to get it in Ultimate Rare for so cheap, I mean, prices have come down considerably recently. And with the addition of quarter century secret rares, it seems like there's just so much stuff, it's hard to keep up as a collector. And it's just driving prices down. Again, we have, you probably already saw this, but Firewall Dragon, Ultimate Rare, this thing cost me $14. And the foiling looks incredible. I mean, generally, I just think that the prices on cards right now, if you are a true collector, someone who gets excited when you get these cards in the mail, there's been, there hasn't been a better time in many, many years to actually pick stuff up. And so that's exactly what I've been doing, barring the fact that I'm moving, so I haven't been picking stuff up because of that. But there's a lot of awesome stuff. If you're buying raw cards, especially raw modern cards, a lot of the prices have come down, and it looks like some of them are going to continue to come down. And so I've just been excited. So what I wanted to show in terms of my graded card collection is here are I guess this is the first non-graded card. This is an Asian English Mobius. I just have it in a screw down, and I don't have it in a binder, so I just keep it with my graded cards. Anyways, I made a video a couple months ago about how I'm not really buying graded cards anymore. That might change this Sunday. There's a card that's going to be ending that I'm a little bit interested in. But, the only cards I really said in the past that I was still looking to pick up were maybe this Chaos Emperor Dragon first edition in Secret Rare out of Invasion of Chaos. Maybe I'd pick something like that up, although I'm not feeling super motivated to pay thousands of dollars for a graded card at this stage of the game. So here's my first ed Ulti, and Ulti's my favorite rarity, so I don't mind having this one. And instead, we got the Mobius. You guys know this is probably my favorite card in my collection, if not, top 3 for sure. I love Mobius, and I'm glad to have it in a PSA 10. And then I've also got a Cyber Dragon Ultimate Rare, one of my other favorite cards, first edition Ulti out of CRV. And so realistically, I've sold off a lot of the stuff that I don't really love. I just realized that I'm not a huge fan of having a ton of graded cards. So those are my PSA slabs and the Asian English screw down. And then I'm a huge fan of SGC. Just in terms of how the cases look, I'm a big fan of these things. And for me, like, if you compare how this case looks to this case, I just think that this one displays so much better. I just think that the case looks better. Now, I recognize SGC is not going to sell for anywhere close to what a PSA slab is, but for me, if it's a personal collection item, why not just slab it up in the slab that you like? Especially, SGC is actually respected in sports, so, I trust their judgment on the cards. Anyways, these are the SGC cards that I have like no intention of moving. So we got Tongue Twister first edition out of Gladiator's Assaults. We've got, this is the card that got me into OCG collecting. It's the Cyber End Dragon 20th anniversary rare. I know the quarter century secret rares have been getting a lot of excitement recently, but this is an incredible card. It used to be so cheap, and I couldn't believe how good it looked for the price. And then we've got one of the best looking cards of all time. This is Honest, Prismatic Secret Rare, Japanese. I believe this is 1 in 72 boxes, so pretty similar ratio to a modern Starlight Rare. Or 1 in 72 boxes, I think, is the ratio. And they had to be the first print. So Japanese doesn't designate first edition, but they come in these like bonus packs. And those bonus packs are only in the first printing of the box this was Lightning Overdrive. Anyways, if you're a collector and you're trying to pick stuff up, you know, I can't think of a better time. So those are the ones that I'm definitely keeping. I guess I'll show off some more of my recent pickups and some of the motivating reasons why I'm making this video before I ramble too much about the rest of my slabs that, you know, I'm considering moving. I guess, you know, I'll do this, and then before I do that, I will show off 2 more slabs that are kind of like, I probably will keep, but not completely sure. So we got Rainbow Dragon out of the tin, and then here's a Blazing Vortex Arm Dragon level 10. I'm a huge Arm Dragon fan, so that is part of my collection for sure. All right, so next up we've got some binder stuff. You guys know that I love collector rares, and collector rares so cheap right now. I mean, I always come back to this card because I think it's one of the most impressive looking collector rares. Like, this is the magnum opus from Yu-Gi-Oh! In terms of how well they did collector rare foilings, but it doesn't get any love. You know, this costs under $20, which I understand it's not a playable card. There's so many collector rares at this point, but the prices is dropping on all this stuff. And so if you are a genuine collector, you know, now is a great time to buy. And this is coming from someone who, you know, has historically been pretty cautious. It's just, I see the prices on some of this stuff and it gets me excited because there's so much stuff I want to collect. Another one that, you know, Scapegoat is just dirt cheap and collector rare as well. Not cheap. The foiling isn't as good on this one, and it has a modern ultimate rare. So I get the sort of cheapness of this, but I'm a sucker for collector rares. You guys know that. And so one of the recent pickups that I've shown off, I believe, is this Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid. This is now, I picked this up for 30 bucks. This is now, last time I checked, under 20 bucks or around 20 bucks. It was super cheap. It might have gotten bought out, or someone might have bought this out recently, but man, these collector rares just go so hard. The texture is, it just looks so nice. And I'm interested to see what they do with the rarity collection. And I have a suspicion that with the introduction of the rarity collection, it's going to further drop the prices on a lot of these collector rares. Now, I don't know. And, you know, I'm not going to hold my breath and put off buying anything. Obviously, I bought this one because I thought it was a pretty decent price, and I was wrong about that. But, you know, when they just introduce more of these collector rares in a super accessible set, I can't imagine that some of these won't fall out further. There's not really much exclusivity to the collector rare anymore, and so the only ones that are going to hold value are sort of the highest rarity versions of cards. And so, you know, at the moment, I don't know how much more I'm going to buy, but once that rarity collection drops, you already know I'm going to be buying a lot of this stuff. Dual Academy for those GX fans, huge fan of that. This is one that I picked up a long time ago, Torrential Tribute. The foiling isn't as good on this one. Some of the times the collector rares can be a bit hit or miss. I mean, it's not too bad, but yeah, in terms of the area, I haven't been looking as much at quarter century secret rares. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of them, but you know, the collector rares, especially if those end up dropping, I'm going to be all over them. I'm just a huge fan of those. And then some of the Starlight rares that didn't get a lot of love, like Firewall Dragon Singularity. I mean, this thing is a beauty. And I've been really collecting a lot of the Firewall Dragon stuff. You just saw that collector rare, and then I also showed you the ultimate rare earlier. Firewall, for me, for whatever reason, is starting to become one of my favored cards to collect from modern cards. And so I'm just, you know, genuinely excited to see where everything takes me. Astral Utopia. These are the Japanese versions, but they are reprinting this one. I don't know what they're doing, just reprinting everything, but if it drops the prices on a lot of these modern cards that I want to pick up, you know, I don't care if my modern collection loses tons of value because it means that I can just buy more and finish off a lot of the cards that I was hoping to pick up, you know, some time ago and have just been too high in value. So we'll see where that takes me, but, you know, Astral Utopia, that thing is falling even further. It used to be a $500 card. Now it's like a $200 card. And we'll see if it continues to fall out even more. And then OCG Prismatic Secret Rares. These have always been a lot cheaper than in the TCG, but you can just get whole sets of these things. Like you can pick up this Exodia for the full set for probably half of what just the head costs. Although we'll see what happens to the head price for the Starlight Rare and the TCG once the Quarter Century Secret Rare is introduced. However, I don't know if they're reprinting the limbs. So there's a possibility that the limbs end up more expensive than the head. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but if they don't reprint these, but they give this a Quarter Century Secret Rare, it's conceivable to me that this is going to be very accessible from the tins, I think is where it's introduced. And so these will become like really difficult to get your hands on. I don't want to, you know, claim this, but I wonder if someone's speculating on whether that's going to happen. But I just love these Prismatic Secret Rares, all, you know, reasonably priced. You can get your hands on it. So we also have my other Black Luster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. And so I might as well complete this while we're here. Put the Euro print in the center slot. And then put the other ones in here. But it's nice to have these ultimate rares. I'm thinking about picking up more of the Firewall Dragon to complete my playset. It's just, that to me is just a cool looking card, and it's, you know, 15 bucks. It's kind of hard to go wrong with that. I've been kind of getting into a lot of these Link monsters. I think Links, I like the blue on Links better than I like the blue on Rituals. Like, if you compare the two of them, the blue is much deeper on the Link monsters than it is on the Rituals, and so I think I prefer that. Anyways, I'll probably collect more of this Firewall Dragon. It's just I can't get enough of the card, and the prices have gone down considerably. Speaking of cards that are, you know, falling out in price, here we go. We've got Ghost Rares from Ghost from the Past 2. This is getting a Quarter Century Secret Rare. Just, you know, super, super cheap card now. Or, I think it's like 45 bucks, 40 bucks now, but it's conceivable that this could drop even further. And so there hasn't been a better time for a lot of these collectibles to pick them up. And so we'll see where it's at. And let me know if you guys have some ones for me to pick up that you'd recommend, because I'm actively buying. You know, there's some stuff that I'm looking to move, specifically slabs, but a lot of these sort of raw cards, you know, that's where I just want to increase my collection. So moving on, we're going to get into some of the slabs that I have left. We'll start off with the SGC slabs. I wanted to show off all the graded cards that I still have. So we've got Cyber Dark Dragon Ultimate Rare in 9.5. This is one that I'm a little bit on the fence. I really like how this looks. Also, I think it should be a 10. So it's one of those ones where maybe I'll get around to cracking it and trying to get it in 10. But it's a beautiful card, and Cyber Dark Dragon it's one of those cards that I've always loved. And because it's been so expensive in the TCG, I bought one at one point, and then it arrived in a condition that wasn't as described, and so I ended up returning it. And I just haven't really picked one up since, but it's a beautiful card, and, you know, I love Cyber Dark Impact. Zane is probably my favorite character from GX, or one of my favorites, and so the Cyber Darks are probably my favorite archetype, so it's just awesome. Then we've got some 5D Signer Dragons in 10. This, I don't know why I still have this. I should have sold this a long time ago. But we've got Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight in 10. Cool. Plague Wolf. I don't know if I'll sell this one. I love Force of the Breaker, and the secret rares out of Force of the Breaker are some of the best in the game. I know there's a lot of hype behind Gladiator's Assault secret rares, and I have my own Tongue Twister. That's my favorite of the Gladiator's Assault. But the Force of the Breaker ones, like, what's that one called? Lich Lord, King of the Underworld. That's an insane one. Here's one that I am thinking of cracking / selling. Alternate Art, Destiny Hero Plasma. This is one I might keep. This is in a sleeve as well. I love the alternate art on this. And in the TCG, they did us so dirty, giving us a premium gold rare. And then here is the Black Rose Dragon. This is one that I'll probably just crack and send to BGS or PSA because it's flawless. And it'll just sell for more. And at this stage of the game, I don't know if I still want it in my collection. So those are the SGC slabs, and then I'll show you the remaining PSA ones. I was thinking of collecting all the Monarchs in 10. I sold off. Actually, where's my Zaborg? Oh, I think I sold my Zaborg. Yeah, I sold my Zaborg. What am I saying? I could have bought a Kaius in 10 for, you know, a very good price. I elected not to do it. I don't know. For me, I think I just want to focus on Mobius, and then it's just not worth picking up the remainder of the Monarchs. I love the archetype, and I have play sets of all of them in my binder, but I think at this stage of the game, I have enough graded cards. I'm not really looking to expand, especially for the more expensive ones, with the exception of maybe that Chaos Emperor, maybe one that I'm bidding on right now. We'll see. And then the remainder are just cards that are definitely for sale. These are from some of my recent grading submissions, if you've seen them. So I've got 2 of these Blue Eyes Anniversary Pack 1s in Japanese in 10. I've got 2 of these. Oh, where is the other Chaos Emperor? I guess these have come out of order. Anyways, I have 2 of these Chaos Emperors in 10. This is part of the reason why I'm thinking of moving to a Invasion of Chaos in English, just because I already have the Japanese 10 if I really wanted to keep one, and I have 2 of them, and the foiling is much deeper on the Japanese one than it is on the English, which is a lot flatter. And so we'll see, but I am considering moving on from this one. It's just I need to sort of save up the money to really go in on it. But I have 2 of these. Awesome. Ubel, Ultimate Nightmare, Das Extremer, Draken. Sorry about my German. My German's terrible. Funnily enough, I work with a bunch of German people, or people that speak German as well. Because I sort of for those who don't know, I'm a physics PhD student, and the experiment that I work on is going to be stationed in Zurich, Switzerland, and they speak German, I think in that area of Switzerland. And also, there just happen to be a lot of Germans also working in the lab, a lot of postdocs from Germany. So I hear a lot of German being spoken. There are actually more German speakers, like native German speakers, than English speakers, than native English speakers that I work with on a consistent basis. Anyways, moving on, we've got some collector rares. I have obviously the raw versions of these cards, so I'm not, you know, these are modern cards. I'll grade them because I know other people would collect them, and I would at one point in my life, but I think I've moved on. Got an Ultimate Rare PSA 9 UFO-roid Fighter. This one was damaged by PSA, and then Lifestream Dragon. So those are the rest of my PSA slabs, I think, for the most part. And then we have the remainder of my other slabs that, you know, here's Grad. I don't know. This was a throw-in for me. I might just crack this, but this is the classic, like, near mint 7, but I think this would be a 6 at other grading companies. Maybe it would be a 7. I'll probably just crack it and sell it raw because, you know, who wants that? Javelin Beetle, 8.5. Crack that, sell it raw probably. What am I saying? Avenging Knight Parshath, BGS 9, Duelist Genesis, first edition, so pretty rare, but this is one I picked up when cards were doing a bit better than they are now. Because it was a lot cheaper than the near mint first editions on TCG Player, and I was like, BGS 9, I'll take that, especially because its centering is 8.5. So the actual condition of the card, from what I can see, is, you know, close to pack fresh. And so it's an awesome looking card, so I'm fine holding it, but it's an interesting one. This is one that I was planning to crack, and then I got a better version, full foil bleed. CGC 9.5, I might just reholder this to the new CGC 10, we'll see. And then Pokemon, this is the one Pokemon card I haven't sold. But it's also the one that I like the artwork the most on, so I'm fine holding it. It's the sort of Escher Palkia. But anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy. This was a classic Watomar Melon video where I'm just ranting about who knows what, but it's always fun because I I enjoy ranting about Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's been your boy, Watomormelon. Subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And peace out.